Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. The pairing of real-life besties Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer should be a superhero dream team, and yet their new film, Thunder Force, is a full-fledged super mess. It's now streaming on Netflix, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. We learned through some opening narration and comic book style graphics that an interstellar cosmic wave struck Earth in 1983, giving certain people superpowers. They were named miscreants as they used their powers for evil. As a young girl, Emily vowed to become a scientist and give people powers to fight off the miscreants. She was best friends with Lydia, but they became estranged in high school. Now, as adults, they become exactly how you'd think. Emily, now played by Octavia Spencer, is a renowned mega-rich scientist. Melissa McCarthy makes Lydia a bit of a mess, dressing in clothes that she found in the dumpster and drinking spoiled milk. Lydia uses a high school reunion to reconnect with Emily, and an accident in Emily's lab leads Lydia to gaining superpowers. Together, they team up and form Thunder Force, a duo set out to stop the local miscreants. The film also stars Bobby Cannavale as a ruthless mayoral candidate, Jason Bateman, Pom Klementieff, and Melissa Leo. Thunder Force is another collaboration between McCarthy and her husband Ben Falcone, who wrote and directed the film. Now, while I enjoyed their last two films, Superintelligence and Life of the Party, Thunder Force has to be one of the worst films in Melissa McCarthy's career, and it pains me to even say that. I don't know why he would write another character for her that's so rough around the edges. And we've seen this from her so many times before that it's a tired character choice. She played the opposite in Superintelligence and Life of the Party, which is why those worked better. Plus, those films had heart to them. Thunder Force wants to be this superhero body comedy with Octavia Spencer playing the intelligent, straight-laced, no-nonsense friend next to Melissa McCarthy. But what's missing is the comedy, wit, or even a nod to the genre, as it's not funny or clever enough to feel like a fresh take. The tone is all over the place, with easy, quick gags and haphazard physical comedy, and then it gets just so truly outrageous that it falls flat. I hate to spoil too much, but at one point we see Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman eating raw chicken, Lady and the Tramp style. And did I mention that his character is part crab? Now, this concept I feel like would have worked better if Falcone had written and directed as a complete spoof, or gone completely over the top from the beginning, much like we saw with Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar earlier this year. There's not a lot of story to be had with Thunder Force, to the point where I thought we were at the climax and we were only an hour in. It then plodded on much longer than necessary. This is a cast full of Emmy and Oscar winners, and yet it's such a big mess where I didn't even feel like any of them were enjoying making the film. I can feel what kind of movie Thunder Force should have been, and yet the final product is so far removed from that. I'm giving Thunder Force 1 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I actually got to interview Melissa and Ben and Bobby for their movie Superintelligence, so go watch those interviews and go watch that movie instead. It's on HBO Max. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip, and then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Thunder Force. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.